Welcome back to Sexy Action News, and in this series, we're going to be focusing on all things education. And as we know, there's absolutely nothing sexier than education. Absolutely nothing. You can quote me on that one. As Kasahwa Barry, we are sapiosexuals. So that's what we're going to be looking at, education. In this very first episode, we're going to be looking at the computer engineering program at the University of Pretoria. The reason we are starting with this specific one is because I am a computer engineer and I did my undergraduate studies at the University of Pretoria. Right, all of the information that is going to be contained within these slides can be found there at the University of Pretoria website, which you can see there at the bottom. It's really a mouthful. I don't know why they went with that, but in any case, let's get to it. Okay, so before I start, I just want to put it out there that I cannot fix your computer if it's broken. I was not trained to fix your computer if it's broken. If your computer is broken, I may be able to have a look at it, but I am not a computer fixer. What computer engineering is, it's a subfield of electrical engineering, right? So we have heavy current electrical engineering, which is when we're talking about the distribution and the load shedding from ESCOM. That's normally what we're talking about. Those are the people responsible. When we look at light current in South Africa, that is called electronic engineering, right? And here we're talking about your phone and network communications, basically electricity on a smaller scale, all of those different gadgets. Then you have computer engineering, which is where I am. So computer engineering is pretty much a combination of electronic or light current electrical engineering and computer science. So you have programming and you have hardware, and you put that all together, and that is in essence what computer engineering is. So pretty much all of the universities in South Africa that offer engineering will have computer engineering on offer. The thing is, it won't always be called just computer engineering, right? So what you need to do is go to the university website and find the Department of Electrical Engineering. Then, if you're in the Department of Electrical Engineering, look at the course descriptions of some of the courses that are on offer over there. Are they talking about the integration of software and hardware? Do we have some machine learning or data science? And are they also talking about networking? If the course description pretty much has those ICT related terms in the Department of Electrical Engineering, then you're dealing with computer engineering. Going back to the University of Pretoria, let's have a look at the admission requirements. As I've said, all of this information I found on the University of Pretoria website. So if it is wrong in any way, then the university is lying, not me. So let's just get that out of the way. Okay, they won't be including life orientation in the calculation of your APS. You will get provisionally accepted using your grade 11 marks. So remember that your grade 11 marks, your final grade 11 marks, that's what you're going to use to apply. And then once you've been provisionally accepted, they'll also look at your final matric results to ensure that you still meet the requirements before you get in. And you will obviously need a bachelor pass. To get into the 4-year program, you need an APS of at least 35, level 6 for both maths and physical science, and you're also going to need level 5 for English. There's also an extended program which goes over 5 years. In this case, what happens is your first 2 years happens over 3 years, and you also have supplementary modules to help you with some of your core subjects. Right. In this case, they bring the APS down to at least 30, and maths and physics needs to be level 5. So let's have a look at the structure of the program at the University of Pretoria. The first 2 years is pretty much your basic sciences and engineering analysis. It's pretty much laying the foundation of your knowledge, right? So it's very, very general. In essence, actually, the first year is the same across all engineering disciplines except for chemical and computer, because you do need to do some specialist subjects there very early on. Right? The last 2 years is when you start getting into the specialization of your specific course and also getting into some engineering design. So this is pretty much what the first year curriculum looks like. In the first semester, you're doing your basic sciences, but your two core courses are electricity and electronics. If you've done engineering and tax and you're watching this, EBN, yeah, it's a bit rough. It's a bit rough. And then we've got imperative programming, which is in essence an introduction to programming in C++. If you haven't done programming before, this course is going to be tough. If you have done some programming, it'll be a bit easier. So I just realized I also didn't tell you what electricity and electronics is. It's pretty much an introduction to electrical engineering, your circuit analysis, and so forth. Basically, your fundamental principles that you're going to be using. Actually, this course is going to be what you're going to need for the rest of the courses offered by the electrical engineering department. In the second semester, again, you have your basic sciences, and then you're going to be dealing with program design introduction, which is going to be your toughest course here. Course 110 for those of you who did either computer science or computer engineering. Yeah, it's a tough course, right? It's a follow-on of imperative programming, but here you're dealing with classes and memory allocations and things like that. So it does get a bit rough, right? But again, it's not too bad, and everything else is pretty much straightforward. During recess, you're dealing with information technology practice, where you're pretty much doing a Cisco networking course. So in this course, you are doing a Cisco certification for 2 weeks, and you actually get a certificate to show that you are a certified network technician after that. Okay, let me hit you with a trigger warning before I get into the second year, because I'm about to drop some bars now. You may be wondering if engineering is as tough as people say it is. Yes. Yes. Ooh, and everything, especially at tax, I'm going to bring up here. If you've studied at tax, you know this engineering test week. Ooh, yes. Ooh. Okay, let me collect my thoughts here. Yes. You're going to have to put in a lot of work, right? Engineering test week is people don't bath. You get into exam values, it smells like sweat and body odor. It's bad. You're not gonna be able to sleep and whatnot, but you can make it. First year is rough, but again, you just need to be surrounded with the right group of people, survive all of your test weeks, and a pass is definitely guaranteed. And now we're looking at actually passing very well as well. But you do need to put in the work and not be consumed by Hatfield in Pretoria.